Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today I'll be doing a video of parts on a mini quad, and I'll be running down on each part and what it does. The aim of this video is to give viewers who are searching for beginner's knowledge on mini quad parts a useful insight into how each part functions. Finding all the information can be hard, so this video aims to have it all in one place and just, all the useful stuff. So first of all I'll start off with the frame. Most mini quad frames are made out of carbon fibre, a strong and light material. The frame is the Alien frame, which is made of amazing quality carbon fibre and designed to take some tough crashes as well as perform in the air. So that's this frame here, and that's my frame I have. As you can see, this frame is disassembled at the moment. On most mini quad frames, there are 4 arms here, a bottom plate, which is this here, a top plate, and some sort of camera mount. The arms connect to the bottom plate with screws, which should come with the frame. The bottom and top plate are separated using little plastic or aluminium things we call standoffs, which are these things. Overall, the frame is the part which holds together the whole quad. Without the frame, your quad would look like this. Another part which may or may not come with the frame is the PDB, which stands for Power Distribution Board. The PDB takes the direct power from the battery and distributes it amongst the outlets on the board, allowing you to power your motors and other electronics amongst the quad by soldering wires. Now I'll talk to you about ESCs, these things here. ESCs are circuit boards that make sure the motor spins at the amount you commanded for your controller. They are wired into the flight controller for receiving data, the PDB for receiving power, and on the other side they connect to the motors in which they control. If you have 4 motors on the quad, then you will have 4 ESCs, one for each motor. ESCs take in DC current from your batteries and change it into AC current for your motors. ESCs are usually mounted on the arms of the frame, but sometimes they're mounted inside the quad. The term ESC stands for Electronic Speed Controller. Let's get into motors. The motors we use on mini quads are brushless outrunner motors. These are the things that spin really fast with a propeller on them to lift off the ground. We have 4 motors on a mini quad, hence the word quad is in the name, on the end of each arm. They come with mounting screws which screw through the holes in the arm. Motors also come with prop nuts which hold the propellers on the top of the motors. There are so many different motors on the market, and looking for them can be quite confusing as there are lots of letters and numbers. In the description I've linked a video which will help you in choosing your mini quad motors down below. The flight controller, also known as the FC, is another essential part to a mini quad. The FC regulates movement by commanding what everything should be doing. If you want the quad to tilt, the FC will send a command to 2 of the ESCs telling them to slow down so that the 2 motors slow down. The flight controller, or the FC, lies in the middle of the quad and has lots of wires connected to it. I've actually got a flight controller here which has a few wires, and that'll get you a feel for how many wires there are on a flight controller. You can also connect the flight controller to your computer to tweak things like the rates of how fast your quad can spin and etc. The receiver is again another essential part to a mini quad. The receiver, also known as RX, picks up signals sent from the controller in the pilot's hands and gives that message to the flight controller. The RX has 1 or 2 skinny antennas coming out of it, which are what pick up the message. It is usually mounted wherever there is room in the quad. The antennas can't be trapped, otherwise they won't pick up as many signals, so they are usually exposed at the top of the quad. The propellers are what moves through the air to generate lift. They are mounted on top of the motors and are held down by prop nuts. They have a tendency of breaking a lot on mini quads, so buy lots of spares. They come in heaps of different shapes and sizes, so I'll do a video soon about what's the right shape and size for you. The controller, or in more fancy words, the transmitter, is the machine you hold to fly your quad. So it probably looks pretty familiar, one of these weird looking things. It's called your controller or your transmitter. It sends out messages of what your fingers have done on the sticks to the receiver on the quad. There are heaps of different types of transmitters, and in the description there is a link to finding the best transmitter for you. It is also referred to as the TX. The final part to a mini quad is the battery, which is over here. The battery has the power inside of it and sends it through the PDB and into the whole quad. Batteries on mini quads are usually fairly light and don't have long flight times, but they have great power amongst them. The flight time you'll get out of a mini quad is 3 to 5 minutes at most. Batteries power everything amongst the quad, and you need a special charger to charge them. Mini quad batteries are often referred to as LiPos because they're lithium polymer batteries. Okay, so that was a rundown of all the basic parts of a mini quad. FPV is a system that means you can see an image through the goggles, and if I included it in this video it would be too long, so I'll cover it next week. I hope you got a basic understanding of each part of a mini quad from this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below or message me. Anyway, thanks for watching and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.